Well, hello and welcome back. You're watching the Arthritis Show. We just discussed an email from John S., who's got osteoarthritis in the knee, and he's been having some issues with the knee pain and been going to his doctor. One of the biggest issues that he has is being obese. He weighs about 260 pounds and 6 feet tall. Well, joining us today exclusively in our studios is Donna Appel. Donna, welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
Donna is an expert in the field of obesity, and she uses HCG, which is a very common product right now. It's used very frequently. Years ago, it was more difficult to get it, but now it seems like the trend to be using that.
There is a trend to be using it. I think the biggest issue that we have today is it's being used improperly. And that's my focus now, is to make sure that it's being used properly and for the right reasons. And it's not, people are turning it into another weight loss gimmick. And it's really not. It's a very viable tool that is remarkable with overall results, but it does require changes. The way that HCG got started was by Dr. Simmons. Yeah, Dr. Simmons. Yeah.
Can you tell the audience out there how did that started?
Yeah, Dr. Simmons was looking for an alternative to combat weight.
And he noticed that on very small doses, apparently, is really
very
helpful.
small doses of HCG. It's human chorionic gonadotrophin, and it is produced by pregnant women. That's where they get it from.
Okay. And now you've written a book on this, on HCG mostly, or?
Well, it's on the second half of the book is on HCG. The first half is really talking about issues like you're talking today about arthritis, allergies. You know, my arthritic condition that I had was alleviated when I gave up wheat, and even more so gluten.
Okay.
Once I was able to do those, my
and
arthritis went away.
Wheat and gluten, that's in a lot of food, mostly
Right.
bread, right? So you basically
It's a
took bread
filler.
out?
Well, it's a filler. It's in a lot of foods. Gluten can be in ketchup and mustard, and they use it as a filler. So it's in a lot of foods for that glutinous feel, that thickness that we look for in a lot of our foods.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your book a little bit more. What's it called, and what was your idea? How were you reaching? What was the idea? What's the idea that you're trying to reach people?
Well, I started in this business quite by accident a few years ago, looking for hormone balancing. Found a doctor that was administering HCG, and I was shocked. And at the end of 40 days, I went from a size 14 to a size 8 clothing, lost, 40 pounds, and felt fantastic.
Well, it wasn't just HCG. You had to also watch your calories.
Well, it was just HCG in the beginning. And then from there, and that's how the book evolved, that's why it's coming full circle. My first book was just about the use of HCG, the proper use of HCG. This book is coming full circle, it's called, because there's so much more involved than just losing weight. HCG is a good tool, but it's a tool, and a lot more is involved.
What are some of the other tools that you like to use? Let's say this patient, John S., the guy you know he's got arthritis, you know he's obese, he's got diabetes type 2, and according to him, his diabetes type 2 is well controlled, but being obese that much, you know that diabetes is not very well controlled sometimes.
Right. Well, I believe that diabetes is reversible.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a disease of the diet.
Yeah.
And we have to turn that around. And if you can take a substance like HCG, utilize that to lose the weight quickly, get in there and have somebody who understands hormone balancing start to, because HCG is great, by the way, for a detox. That's what I call it. It's really a detoxification tool. So it goes in there at a cellular level and pulls the toxins out, gets rid of that stored fat, and allows the body to start to get back into balance. When you start to feed the body the proper foods, and you give it a little bit of a boost, for men it's testosterone, for women it's progesterone, and you get those estrogens out of the body, it starts to come back into balance. You feel really good. And if you can stay away from food products that are hazardous to our health, like gluten and wheat, then you'll notice that also that your arthritis in his condition, arthritis will go away.
Perfect. Folks, there you have it. The book's name is Full Circle. And Roman Garcia, do you have any questions for the...
Yes. Ma'am, what types of foods, in your experience, do you find that people have the hardest, the most difficult time to stay away from? Is it the bitter food? Is it the sweet food?
It's the sweet food. You know, my thing, I do a whole chapter in the book about sugar. For me, I equate sugar cane to cocaine. And that's actually worse. Sugar cane is actually worse than cocaine from the addictive qualities. And it's very hard to break away from a substance like that when it's so highly addictive. And sugar is in everything. It's in all our foods. Everything.
Of course.
It's tough.
Exactly.
You know, and there's all kinds of information out there about what's happening to our food supply, how it's being tainted on purpose, because the powers that be want us addicted to food. You know, somebody like me, I don't make the medical community or the pharmaceutical industry a whole lot of money at all. You know,
Exactly.
I'm never sick. I'm always healthy.
So
I'm going to be 60 years old. I feel great.
Exactly. You look great. Now, for those folks out there that have a very large sweet tooth, is there any way to reduce that craving? Can they replace one sugar for another?
You know what I have, as of late, yeah, you can replace it with natural sugars. You know, I tell my clients and patients, if they are having a craving for something sweet, eat a banana. You know, eat the whole fruit. Eat a peach. Have something along those lines. You are going to go through withdrawal, which is what's so great about HCG. It's because that helps you get through that withdrawal process. But beyond that, you've got to then make these lifestyle changes to where you stay away from those sugars.
Exactly.
Well, this is Donna Appel, Appel, and we're very happy to have you here. We'd love to have you come back. You have great information about HCG and weight loss, and that really helps patients out there who have arthritis and obesity. Thank you
Absolutely.
again.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
All right, we're going to take a break at this point. When we come back, Dr. Paula Bromberg will be joining us. She's going to be talking about depression and chronic pain.